Good morning, everybody. I'm so excited with all the work that you are putting together and really want to commend Varsha and the team to really bring together all the youth advocates to take on a pledge and develop concrete actions to end early marriage. Really, this is a very, very important time in history, I would say, because we have the adoption of the Sustainable Development Goals, particularly the goal number 5, the related targets and indicators. And as you know, all the deliberations that have been put together is really to end all forms of harmful cultural practices. I'm so excited because we need young women and young men to be in the center today. They're just not only the future, but they're really actors and important leaders at this stage. So really, how do young women and men come together to end early marriage? I'm here to really speak about what can boys, young men, and men do to end this practice. Let's really look at this issue from a life cycle perspective. How do you ensure that boy who's growing up in a particular cultural society is educated and is really socialized through understanding that marriage with an underage girl is absolutely a criminal activity? It's not only detrimental to the biological issue, but also to a social evil, I would say, from a certain extent. We know that early marriage is practiced across the world, but particularly where I come from in South Asia, Southeast Asia, we see that as really at numbers at alarming rates. So I think we really need to look at 2 or 3 examples, and I'm going to talk about an example from Uttar Pradesh in India, where boys in villages would organize street theaters, rallies to educate all the other boys and young men to end early marriage. They will not only go and speak to the other boys in communities, but they would also speak to older men in gatherings in village squares, in community centers, in religious institutions, in schools, in colleges. And that's exactly what we need, is really a boys and young men led movement. Similarly, in Bangladesh, the imams along with many boys would call on a Friday prayer, and I discuss after the Friday prayer, saying that we all need to discuss why early marriage is such a harmful practice. I think we really want to look at all the men and boys who are taking very concrete measures and really creating this as a movement and say that we as young men will not marry any underage girl completely. It has to end. And really focus on building and educating girls and young women so they become empowered and very critical actors in society. So really, I think we need to look at, one, how can young people like you can create awareness, and that's exactly what you're doing right now. How do you ensure that young people like you can continue to take action to end early marriage, both offline and online? Last not the least is really to offer your partnership, your networks, your movement, your energy that is so fundamental in eliminating completely this harmful practice. And last not the least is really people like me and work with us through intergenerational partnerships. So they become fundamental. How do you work with the women's movement? How do you engage with the men and the pro-feminist men movement and girls and youth clubs to come together through an intergenerational experience to end this? So really, congratulations to all of you for such a fantastic meeting. We are very, very excited. I'm sure you've also pledged, and see that from all the social media updates, the he for she campaign, which is fundamental. But really it is one to wear a pin, but one is to sustain wearing the pin. Congratulations to all of you, particularly to Varsha and the entire team behind this. Many, many congratulations. And I look forward to hearing the outcomes of this. Thank you so much.